VPC peer link. In this video, I'm going to talk about VPC peer link and some detail of VPC peer link, some usage of VPC peer link, and for example, some comment to verification of VPC peer link. And after that, we will understand better the function of VPC peer link. You know that we used peer link, VPC peer link for establishing the VPC. And in the previous video, I reviewed some of the functions of the peer link, but in this video, the main focus is the VPC peer link. Let me to talk about first about the VPC peer link and its usage. Look at this scenario. In this scenario, as you can see, we have switch 1 and switch 2 in one VPC domain, VPC domain 1. Switch 1 is our primary switch, and the switch 2 is this standby switch, standby VPC, and switch 1 is the primary VPC. And after that, as you can see here, we have 3 links between the switch 1 and switch 2. 2 of these links has one, for example, port channel. The component are the components of one port channel. Look at here, for example, the first and the second link are members of the port channel, and that port channel is our peer link. You know that when we need to configuring a peer link, first we should configure a port channel. After that, we can convert that port channel to the peer link. And also we have another link. The third link is our peer keep alive link. In the previous video, I talked about the peer keep alive link. In this video, we should talk about, and the main focus is the, for example, peer link, not peer keep alive link. Let me to first start with the function of VPC peer link. VPC peer link has 4 main function, has 4 main, for example, reason for configuring the VPC peer link. The VPC peer link is a standard 802.1q trunk. You know that when we configured this port channel, we configured it with the, for example, switch port mode trunk command. Look at here. Assume that we have interface ETH11 and also ETH12 on the switch 1. We configured these interfaces with the, for example, channel group 1 mode active, channel group 1 mode active, and also the interface ETH02 is configured with the channel group 1 mode active again. Okay, I will show you. And after that, after configuring the port channel in switch 1, we configured this port channel with 2 commands: interface port channel 1. The first is switch port mode trunk, means this port channel now is a trunk. Okay, and after that we configured one command here, VPC peer link. Look at to the configuration of the, for example, here in the switch 1 show run, for example, VPC. Look at here in show run VPC, we have 2 interface port channel. Interface port channel 1 has VPC peer link command, and also if you need to see the detail of show interface port channel 1, you can see here interface port channel 1 has switch port mode trunk and also VPC peer link. And we configured the same configuration on the standby VPC peer. This means that this VPC peer link is a standard .1q trunk. Why? Because we need to, for example, pass the traffic of VLAN of the VPC or VPC VLANs from this interface. Because of that, it should be trunk. And after that, this VPC trunk, this VPC peer link, the VPC peer link is a standard .1q trunk that can perform this action. 4 main action is the functions of the VPC peer link. The first, carry VPC and non-VPC VLANs. You can traverse, you can pass the VPC, for example, VLANs and non-VPC VLANs, but best practice says us that it's better to use VPC peer link to passing only the VPC VLANs, and if you need to pass another VLANs, non-VPC VLANs, it may be better that using another normal port channel between 2 switches to passing the non-VPC VLANs. But the VPC peer link can carry VPC and non-VPC VLANs. Also, you know that, as I mentioned in the previous video, this peer link is a link that the CFS or Cisco Fabric Services message can for example, send and receive over this link, over this peer link. Carry Cisco Fabric Services, CFS, message for reliable communication. And also, we are using this peer link, okay, for flooding traffic from the other VPC peer device. For example, if a switch 1 receives a multicast packet or a broadcast packet, it can pass the traffic from the peer link also from other interfaces. We can use this peer link for flooding traffic. Which traffic should be flooded? The multicast traffic, the broadcast traffic, and also some unknown unicast traffics. And finally, this peer link should use for control message. For example, STP BPDUs, HSRP hello message, and IGMP update, or some, for example, other protocols. Because of that, we know that VPC peer link has 4 main functions and 1 important characteristics. The important characteristics is the VPC peer link is an 802.1q trunk. And the, for example, functions of these VPC peer links is carrying VPC VLANs, carrying CFS message for reliable communication, and flooding the traffic to other VPC peer, and finally carrying the STP BPDU, HSRP hello, or an IGMP update, and maybe some other protocols packets. These are the functions, the main functions of the VPC peer link. And also, as I mentioned before, you know that it is at the VPC peer link level that we implement VPC loop avoidance. I explained VPC loop avoidance mechanism in the previous videos, and you know that it's at the VPC peer link level that we implement VPC loop avoidance mechanism data plane layer. This is done in hardware without any software solicitation. Okay, these are the main function of the VPC peer link. Let me to review one important topic here. For unicast traffic, you know that I explained this on the VPC loop prevention video. For unicast traffic, VPC peer device, for example, switch 1 or switch 2, always use local forwarding preference using VPC member port. Assume that a traffic received in switch 1 from the, for example here, switch 1 should forward locally the traffic to its member ports. This is the member port of the switch 1. Let me to show you member port 1, or for example, member port, and also this is the member port of the switch 2, okay? Normally, switch 1 should use its local forwarding, should use local forwarding preference using VPC member port normally. VPC peer link is usually not loaded with unicast traffic unless VPC member port fail on one side of VPC domain. For example, this VPC member port now is failed because that switch 1 doesn't have any paths to switch 3. It can send the traffic received on switch 1 to the switch 2 over the peer link. Because of that, rarely, and in rarely cases, we are using peer link for the, or for example, passing the unicast traffic. For multicast traffic, a copy of a stream is replicated on VPC peer link. Because of that, now we know that in many cases, in many times, we are using the VPC peer link only for traversing the, for example, multicast packets, the CFS, and for example, STP BPDU, HSRP hello, or IGMP update, and not normal unicast traffic. But when VPC member port on one switch failed, then we can use the VPC peer link to traverse to passing the, for example, unicast packet. If you need to see the, for example, VPC peer link statistics, you can use this command: show VPC statistics peer link. Let me to show you. Show VPC, okay, statistics about the peer link. Also, you have the option of peer keep alive link. Let me use peer link now. This is the show VPC peer links output. Okay, look at here. We have many statistics about the traffic received or sent from this VPC peer link, and some other specific, for example,